South African rugby fans are absolutely furious, calling it the most embarrassing slaughter of their beloved national anthem they've ever witnessed. Imagine gearing up for a thrilling international rugby clash, only to have your team's pride and joy mangled right from the start. That's the drama unfolding after the Springboks match against Italy in Turin, where fans are still reeling from what they see as a catastrophic rendition of Nkosi Sikelel' iAfrika. But wait, this isn't just any old mix-up. It's sparking debates that go beyond the pitch. Stick around to see why this performance is being compared to a legendary disaster from over a decade ago, and why it might just change how teams handle anthems forever. In a match that saw Rassie Erasmus's Springboks emerge victorious against Italy at the Juventus Stadium despite an early red card to lock Franco Mostert, the focus shifted away from the rugby action to something far more personal. As is customary before international games, both teams' national anthems were performed to set the stage. The visiting side, Italy, went first, and that's where things went hilariously, or perhaps tragically, wrong according to passionate South African supporters. For those new to the rugby world or unfamiliar with South Africa's rich cultural heritage, Nkosi Sikelel' iAfrika is more than just a song. It's the first half of the national anthem, a powerful Xhosa and Zulu hymn meaning God bless Africa. It symbolizes unity, struggle, and national pride, often sung with immense emotion at events like sports matches. Performing it well is a matter of honor, and when it's botched, it hits hard. Italy's opera singer, meant to deliver this sacred tune, apparently missed the mark by a mile, leaving fans on social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, in utter disbelief. The backlash was swift and merciless, with many proclaiming it the absolute worst they've ever heard. But here's where it gets controversial. This rendition was deemed so bad that it surpassed even the infamous 2009 performance by reggae singer Rassie Erasmus before a Springboks game against France. Back then, as journalist David Smith from The Guardian recounted, Erasmus's off-key, hilariously mangled version was like a comedic nightmare. Think someone trying to sing opera after eating hot sauce. Rassie Erasmus mauled, mutilated, and murdered the national anthem in a hilariously off-key rendition. Smith wrote at the time, "Fast forward to this Saturday in Turin, and fans are saying history has been rewritten." User @Scrumming10 tweeted, capturing the sentiment perfectly. "That was the worst rendition of the South African national anthem I've heard since Rassie Erasmus. An angry from Oranje could have done a better job." For the uninitiated, is an Afrikaans term of respect for an older man, often evoking a wise or stern figure, implying even a grumpy local could outshine this. The dethroning of Rassie Erasmus as the all-time low was echoed loudly. @Gavin Mabby declared, "Rassie Erasmus has been dethroned as the worst ever anthem singer." It's not just about the singing, it's about respect for a nation's symbol. And this is the part most people miss. In a world where rugby is a global spectacle, how anthems are handled can reflect broader cultural sensitivities. Should host nations be required to provide culturally appropriate singers? Or is it fair to expect solo performers to master languages and melodies from around the world? For example, if Italy's famous opera star Luciano Pavarotti had belted out their anthem Il Canto degli Italiani with his legendary voice, would the bar be set too high for everyone else? This incident raises questions about equality in international sports traditions. The outrage spilled over into practical suggestions too. @African Chef ZA lamented, "The second week of the Northern Hemisphere hosts butchering our national anthem. Today was worse. They could have just played the instrument without vocalist." Fan Matt Moore went further, proposing the South African Rugby Union, SARU, invest in a dedicated anthem performer who travels with the team. With all the Springbok commercial success, can SARU please provide a dedicated anthem singer? All the brands that rush to bankroll Mama Joy's campaign can really help ensure our anthem doesn't get butchered again and again, he argued. referencing a popular political campaign for reference. Even broadcaster Brandon Portnoy from SuperSport chimed in with, "Damn. My ears hurt after listening to the South African anthem in Turin," and the brutal feedback kept coming. One fan quipped, "Good Lord, this lady just butchered the South African anthem, took it out back and shot it dead," while Kate Votsek compared it unfavorably, saying, "So the Italians get Pavarotti to sing their anthem, and we get whatever that was." And this is where the real debate heats up. Is it fair to criticize a performer for not nailing a song from another culture, especially when rugby is all about global unity? Or should countries like Italy prioritize authenticity over entertainment, perhaps by inviting South African singers? Some might argue that anthems are sacred and deserve perfection, while others see it as an opportunity for cross-cultural exchange, maybe even a chance for humor in sportsmanship. In related news, head coach Rassie Erasmus expressed frustration over what he called unequal officiating on headshots, following the second consecutive red card for a Springbok player. Meanwhile, the match itself offered plenty of highlights, as detailed in our Italy v Springboks 5 takeaways piece, where Erasmus's tough decisions and the bomb squad's heroics turned a potential disaster into a win. What do you think? Should teams bring their own anthem singers on tour to avoid these mishaps? Or is expecting hosts to deliver a perfect performance unreasonable? Do you agree this rendition was the worst ever, or has Ras Dumasani finally been surpassed? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take and spark a friendly debate.